to you.
Group. Why is Egg home? Wait, people's lanterns head east or no? Head east, head east. Oh, yeah, head east, head east, head east.
Like straight east.
Yeah, come the cars, come the cars. Wait, that's a wolf, that's a wolf, that's a wolf, that's a wolf.
Oh, that poor guy's gonna get killed. He's AFK.
Yo, they're AFK.
Oh, one
Oh
shot.
shit, they one shot, they one shot, they one shot,
Oh
they
my
one
god,
shot.
you kidding me?
Don't come back. Tell him.
Stay.
Alright, guys. What's up? It's yeah, I'm back.
Alright, y'all, welcome back to another The Fall Development Showcase. Today I'll be showcasing off the bare bones economy system and some bare minimum commands used to make it run. Today we'll be showcasing off the pay command and the drop command. You'll notice that we added these two for players, so anybody can use these. The drop command simply drops money into the world, and the pay command is what's used to transfer money between players. Today I'll be going over both of them. Now, as you'll notice here, I have $87,000. 87,000 coal, sorry, not dollars. So I'm going to drop 600 of that into the world, into a drop bag. Now, I'll simply type the command drop and the amount, and a little thing will pop up to ask me if this is what I want to do. Please note that if you drop this money and you hit send, we cannot help you. Just know that. So I'm going to drop it. Now, you'll notice this really big bag pop up. You'll notice the notification here and the notification here. It'll say, hey, you've dropped 600, and it'll actually subtract it from your balance, as you can see here. Now, you'll notice the bag is big as hell, and the reason for that is because anything over 500, it gets turned into a large bag, like this. Anything less than 500, it's a small bag of coins. If I hit inspect, it'll actually say, hey, it's a bag of coins, so that's about it. But if I hit acquire, you've picked up 600 coins, and it also adds to your balance. There it is right there. So that's a good way to drop money into the world and also kind of leave it there for people to find. You know, there are a lot of roleplay aspects behind that. Now we're going to use the pay command. Now, with the pay command, there's a lot of limitations on both the pay command and the drop command that we can elaborate on later. But the biggest one is that the person that you're sending money to has to be standing near you. They can be standing here, they can be standing here, they can be standing shoulder to shoulder. They just have to be within a proximity of you, about this distance. Now, if I wanted to use the pay command, I simply type pay. I'm going to use myself for this, and I'm going to send myself 50,000 coal. It'll ask me again if I want to send this amount of money to that person. It'll give you their lore name and their Roblox username. Again, this cannot be undone. So once you hit this button, bro, I hate to say it, but that's on you. I'm going to hit send. You'll actually notice two notifications pop up. Because I sent money to myself, it actually subtracted 50,000 from me, and then it added it right back. You'll see the notifications kind of overlapped there. But there are limitations that we can go over later, but for the most part, these are essential tools for, you know, moving money throughout the economy, and they're very essential for just roleplay in general. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next another video in the Trainee Corps. My name is Don. I am the head developer for The Fall. Today we'll be going over training weapons. As you guys can see here, I'm currently LARPing as a trainee. I am a basic level trainee. I got my uniform on and shit. All right, let's roll. So, as you can see here, we got the rifle range and we got the musket cabin. If we enter, actually, if we come right here, it'll tell you, hey, this is the firing range cabin. Training muskets are stored here. So it'll tell you too. If you come in here, you'll actually see rows upon rows of beautiful weaponry. We love this. We absolutely love this. You see this? Look, we got the good stuff in here too. We got rifles, we got muskets, we got everything. Now, the ones that I'll be using today are the training musket. Obviously, the one closest to the door. If you walk up to this rack, it'll actually tell you, hey, to go ahead and grab one. I'm going to hit the button to acquire one. And here's the thing. It looks like a regular musket, but it's not. Because actually, it'll be kind of hard to tell in its current state. Whoops. It's kind of hard to see it right now with the current weather situation. There we go. But the barrel of the training musket is actually like a copper color. And this is because it's a way of identifying that this is indeed a training musket. Now, you're going to say, well, what's the difference between a training musket and a regular musket? Well, truth be told, the training musket doesn't actually deal damage because it shoots blanks. But it does a serious amount of knockback. The reason is because when the trainees utilize this weapon against each other, as you'll see here, it just completely knocks you out. Like, I mean, you can recover, give it a second, boom. But like overall, it's designed to like indicate that you've been hit without actually hurting you. Because technically, the training musket fires blanks, or at least we're going to call it blanks. We also have a training flintlock for the same reason. So if I go give me training flints, same thing. It has a copper barrel so that people can look at it and go, okay, these are training weapons. Same thing with the flintlock. Bow. Critically wounded. It says that, but as you guys see, like, the guy is perfectly fine. Training weapons are good for, obviously, training purposes when you need to practice with them, but you don't want to kill anybody. As you see, the knockback is insane, but that's because it allows the trainees to see that they hit something. So it's very annoying to get hit with it, yes, but it's not going to kill you. And this will all play into some mechanics later. So, thank you for watching the video, and that is me showcasing training muskets. Welcome back to another Attack on Titanfall showcase video. Today I'll be showcasing basic law enforcement functions. Welcome back to another Attack on Titanfall showcase video. Today I'll be showcasing basic law enforcement functions. We will be utilizing the military grade shackles, aka the handcuffs, and we'll be utilizing the warden's keys. Now, in order to perform any law enforcement functions, we have to detain the individual first. So in order to do that, we will equip the shackles, we'll walk up to an individual, and we'll hit detain. An animation will play as we stand behind them, and it'll show us putting the handcuffs on the player, and then it'll alert us that he's been detained. Now, while they're detained, they can't equip any tools, they can't fly, they can't use gear, they can't do a lot of things while detained. So they're kind of stuck in limbo in this little position. Now, there are two options that will appear when we go to mess with this guy here while he's detained. The first option is escort, which allows us to walk him around like this, as you can see. When I move, he moves. Wherever I go, he goes, etc. I can also stop escorting him, so this will allow me to drag him somewhere. And let's say I want to search him. I'll put him up against the wall here because that's where I want him. Next option is search. Now, the thing about the search thing is that it'll play an animation and it'll show you frisking him, obviously. And when it's done, it'll actually display a menu of all the items that he has in his inventory. However, in our game, we have concealed items. So if you search a player for the first time, there may be items that won't appear on that initial search. So be careful and make sure you constantly check people's inventories and constantly search them, and have other people search them as well. Because you can search this guy one time, and then he has a concealed knife or something on him that you don't know about. But, you know, you search him again a second or a third time later on, and then that knife will appear and you can take it from him. So be real careful to actually search people more than once, because you never know what items they were given, you never know what items they picked up, etc., etc. In order to release them, you simply equip the warden's keys, get behind them, and you hit release. The shackles will fall on the ground, this person will be free to go, and they can go on about their day. That's the video of basic law enforcement function, and we thank you for watching.
This is the plot of Hollow Knight in 1 minute. You are not the Hollow Knight. That's your brother, because he's father's favorite. No, you are a failed vessel, a reject dumpster baby on a quest for your dad's approval. An ancient bug called the Radiant started all bug life, and your dad, the Pale King, rejects him and starts his own society. This annoys the Radiants, and he infects the minds of bugs. So the Pale King procreates with the White Lady, that's her name, I'm not being racist, to create the perfect vessel void of mind, will, and voice that the Radiants would not be able to infect. The hundreds of rejects are thrown into the abyss, including you. The perfect vessel, the Hollow Knight, absorbs the Radiants into his body and is chained within the Temple of the Black Egg, which is then magically sealed by 3 dreamers. However, the Hollow Knight was not perfect, and the Radiance's will being too strong, his power surges out and continues to infect. Finally, in comes you. You were on a quest to replace your brother and prove Daddy wrong. You climbed out of the dumpster baby pit and set your sights on killing the dreamers, Hera the Beast, Lyrian the Watcher, and Monomer the Teacher. Your mettle is tested by your half-sister Hornet, the daughter of Hera and the Pale King, and together you fight the Hollow Knight in a sibling feud. After defeating your brother, you absorb the Radiance and take on the mantle of new Hollow Knight, chained and sealed within the egg, and finally proving your worth to your dad, if he was still alive to see it. This is the plot of Hollow Knight in 1 minute.
You know what the worst kind of boss is? One that feels almost dependent on RNG, which brings us to our latest opponent, Grey Prince Zote. And now today, we're going to see how many deaths it takes to defeat him. Grey Prince Zote is a boss that is meant to be fought repeatedly, but I'm just looking for an achievement and I hate him too much to actually do that. Now, Grey Prince Zote has a wide range of attacks, including flailing his nail, launching various types of Zotelings, leaping around the arena, summoning volatile Zotelings, doing a nail slam attack, and using what feels like an almost aimbotted shadow slam attack. Defeating Zote quickly is very important because attrition will wear you down, so using charms like Mark of Pride, Strength, and Quick Slash to prioritize DPS is a very useful route to go down. We beat level 1 Zote on our first try, but there is a reason why I refuse to fight him at all in my main save file. You know what the worst kind of boss is?
I want you to have my house.
Okay, thanks, Dad.
And I want you to have my garden.
I'll cherish it, Grandpa.
You've always had a green thumb.
That's right.
And you, my boy, you get my entire Steam library.
What? Why does he get it? No! I always hated you. I don't even eat zucchinis, dude.
Grandma was right. You should have.
Hey Jay, can I have a word with you? Well that depends. Do I have to listen? So let me find a way to put this. Are you quitting? What? No, not yet anyways. Why do you ask? I mean, you never eat lunch with the team, you skip all of our office pizza parties. Literally no one goes to those. And I asked you to do something yesterday and you said
an AI voice swore in my video and it was bad, so I had to cut it out. Here's what happened. I was casually recording a brand new Minecraft video when I accidentally turned on the text to voice feature.
Narrator narrates all.
I didn't even know this was a thing. It kept bugging me, so I tried to turn it off, but I discovered there was a read chat mode, so I had some fun with it.
Dante DM says subscribe fools.
But then I made a grave mistake. I was trying to discipline one of my villagers via the text to voice. Be grateful. But my typing wasn't that accurate. I think you can see where this is going. I'm gonna play what happened next, but I will warn you, there are swears ahead.
Dante DM says big great fuckle.
Oh! Okay, now you've got me in trouble. I don't believe it. To be honest, I was...
Look, it's gonna happen now.
You are watching a master at work.
What? Look,
what is the hardest achievement in Fortnite? You might think it's the knife to a gunfight achievement, where you have to win a game of Fortnite only using melee weapons. But an even harder achievement is Musashi the Immortal. With this achievement, you can't take damage at all, meaning you can't get shot, exploded, pickaxe, or even take 1 HP of fall damage. Plus, you have to win the game for it to count. But the hardest achievement in the entire game is called Vengeful Revenge. This is where you have to find the player that eliminated you in the previous match, and you have to eliminate them back. So not only do you have to luckily get back in the same game as them, and you have to find them out of 100 other players. You also have to eliminate them too. What is the hardest achievement in Fortnite?
You're never gonna stop me! You know what? I think you're right. What? Yeah, you've been at 5 stars for over 3 hours now. We thought you'd run out of ammo eventually, but apparently you can just swipe the air with your credit card, and more just gets added right into your...
Hey, is your Rick around? I think my Morty dropped his fidget spinner down here.
I'm telling you, I checked everywhere else.
Morty, I swear to God, if I check between the seats of our car...
I checked between the seats!
Oh shit, Morty. Check it out. I think this little dude killed his Rick.
You really think so?
Yeah, look, there's a grave. He buried him out front as a warning.
Damn, ice cold. Is that a second, smaller grave?
Burnt down his house, too. Starting to think we should have stuck around.
Jesus Christ, I didn't kill Found it! I told you I checked between the seats.
When you're right, Morty. Told you I admit that kind of stuff now.
And I can admit you're right about that, Rick. You're really changing. Assholes.
Can you beat Hollow Knight without any spells? Many players pretty much do this anyway, but there's a few parts of the game where you're really supposed to use a spell. The first is right at the beginning when you need to kill this Elder Balder to get into Green Path. If you're far away from it, the Balder will spit at you with acid or its children. But if you get too close, it'll roll up into a ball and you won't be able to hit it. So the normal way to kill the Balder is with Vengeful Spirit, the fireball spell. But there's actually several different ways to kill this Balder without spells. One way is to use the Long Nail charm, which makes your nail long. With that and good timing, you can get just close enough to the Balder to hit it with your nail. That's actually the last time you really need spells to beat the game. Every other spell barrier is completely optional. So yes, you can beat the game with no spells.
Tricks have a much greater presence in this game than almost any other past Mario Kart entry. You can trick a ton in this game multiple times in the air, but the general rule of thumbs for tricks is that if you're doing them while touching an object, like going off a ramp or hitting and bouncing off a bounce pad, they will increase your distance and help you go faster and further. To get this boost, you do not have to technically be driving on something. You can just bump into it like this telephone pole on DK Pass. Tricks have a much greater presence in this.
When can you start? Tomorrow after school. You're hired. The job pays minimum wage and all the rice you can eat. I'll take it.
Hey, Ma. Hey, Dad.
Chris, where you been? You were supposed to be back an hour ago.
I was out selling crap.
Is he peeping on his sister or is that Julia? Oh, pink represent Ashley, dudes. Oh god, it was Ashley. It's Ashley! He's actually peeping on her! Oh my god, Andrew! Andrew has the hots for his sister. He knows it's wrong, and he's trying real hard to hide it. Is he peeping?
Why did the FNAF animatronics attack us in each game? Starting off with FNAF 1, they attack us because they think we are their killer, William Afton. Moving on to FNAF 2, it's basically the same reason, except it's implied that the toy animatronics are hostile to adults in general, and as for the Wizards, they probably think you're Afton. In FNAF 3, it's kinda unknown, but we know that the guard is Michael, so it's probably safe to say that William is just aggressive, or he somehow recognizes his son and wants to kill him. And the phantoms are probably just hallucinations. In FNAF 4, they're nightmares. In FNAF sister location, it's because they think you're William Afton, and they want to scoop you, and it also could be from the programming. In Pizza Sim, Scrap Baby is salty about her Ennard plan not working, Scrap Trap is well aggressive and wants to get out, Lefty is basically unknown, and Molten Freddy is designed to kill. UCN is some form of internal post-death torment for William Afton caused by Golden Freddy. Help Wanted and Help Wanted 2 are some combination of glitch trap or mimic manipulation and just being a VR simulation of danger. Special Delivery is also some combination of glitch trap or mimic manipulation and just an over-ambitious system going stupid haywire. In FNAF Security Breach, the Glamrocks are some combination of glitch trap or mimic manipulation, security programming going wrong, and maybe some possession. But yeah, why did the FNAF animatronic—
Alright guys, I have made— It's time to say goodbye. Magnus Carlsen might be retiring from classical chess. He has won a world championship title 18 times, and he has been the #1 ranked player in the world for a decade and a half. Oh, and remember this? Well, he lost that game and the clip went viral, but he went on to win the tournament for a 7th.
In Hollow Knight, there's this very creepy boss, No Eyes. But did you know she was initially much more disturbing? In fact, Team Cherry had to tone down her story because it was far too heavy. The idea was that she had been away, fighting in a battle, when the infection first hit Hallownest.
Carlos Hathcock has 93 confirmed kills. It had to be witnessed by his commanding officer for it to count as a confirmed kill. So his only confirmed kills are from when he was on missions with Jim Land or when he was on Overwatch duty on Hill 55. Over time, Hill 55 was a lot deadlier to people passing by because they had snipers. So Carlos Hathcock mounts his scope to the 50 cal, and every time he does, he re-zeros it on the same rock. He's got this big rock 2,500 yards out. And a Viet Cong scout decides it'd be a really good spot to stop and pull out the binoculars on top of the rock that he zeroes the gun on every day. Right when he fires it, the Viet Cong dude stands up, and as soon as he stands up, catches it right in the side of the head. And Carlos Hathcock has 93 confirmed kills. It had to be witnessed by—
My insides are red, yours are too, and the red on my face is—
If you've ever played Mario Kart World, you've probably noticed that driving in front of an NPC car forces them to stop. After I discovered this, naturally I started to wonder, is it possible to cause a traffic jam in this game? Let's find out. I started by getting in front of this group of cars and then let the madness begin. For some reason, the first car just switched lanes, and then the semi-truck only stopped for a second before deciding to just ram into me instead. After a few more annoyances, I was able to successfully stop the line of cars and then sit there for about 15 more minutes. Once I got bored of waiting, I decided it was time to see the damage. Wow, that's crazy. If you've ever played Mario Kart
Is Hollow Knight a perfect game? It's very difficult to find anything about this game that's bad. When you make a game that excels at basically every aspect that a game possibly could, you're not going to run into many issues. But there's still a few things that makes this game not perfect. First off, charms can be pretty unbalanced. Some of the charms are amazing, and some are completely terrible. It could have been a bit more balanced and I'd be happy. One more thing the game sadly messed up happens to be from the Grim Troop DLC. Unfortunately, I have no footage of this since it never happened to me, but if you give your fragile charms to a certain NPC and defeat Nightmare King Grim before you buy them back, you'll lose them forever and never be able to fully complete the game on that save file, because you need all charms at a time in order to have 112% on your save file. Is it easy to avoid? Yes. Is it devastating if it happens to you? Absolutely. Is Hollow Knight a perfect...
Hey man, did you know that cheese is actually like a mineral and they have to mine it? No,
Shit, these are useless bits. No! Those are blanks! Without fortunes, the effects are completely unpredictable.
All right.
I am the son of God.
You can't kill me, old man. I also have an unresolved fortune.
The most successful businesswoman on Earth?
Every day I get closer to an unattainable goal. A one-woman lifestyle brand forever!
Congratulations! I just used a dark web account to hack Goldman Sachs, remove trillions of dollars, and purchase everything your company offers. Fortune fulfilled. Now I'm emptying your bank accounts and giving the money back to Goldman Sachs.
You son of a bitch!
Which is better, the Yamato or Devil Sword Dante? Devil Sword Dante and the Yamato are the two most powerful weapons in the Devil May Cry universe. Devil Sword Dante being the combination of Rebellion and Devil Sword Sparta into one super powerful weapon, and Yamato being the katana given to Virgil by his father Sparta. They both have pretty insane abilities, but which one of them is actually better? Yamato is an extremely deadly weapon that's capable of cutting through basically any form of matter, and also literally cutting apart reality to make portals. Devil Sword Dante is a giant great sword that Dante can materialize, and its main ability is being able to summon many smaller swords. As cool as the Yamato is, something tells me that Devil Sword Dante is a little bit more powerful than it, since it's the combination of Sparta's other two swords. Dante just got this weapon, so maybe in the next game he'll learn all the other cool things he can do with it. Which is...
Okay, actually give me a good reason as to...
This is the rarest thing I own. It's a Pokemon card, and you probably haven't heard about it, ever. It's kind of weird. My collection all started with my favorite Pokemon, Umbreon. I pulled this from a pack, and I thought it was so cool that I vowed to collect every single Umbreon card.
Not anymore. Just leave me alone. Don't call me again. These aren't your words, Julia. Is someone telling you to say that? I feel like I'm talking to your sister right now. Please, I don't want to fight. What the f do you want, Andrew? Oh, no, that's a girl, Jane. I'm sorry. Hi, Jane. This is a bit of a private conversation, if you get what I'm saying. What part of Leave Me Alone mystifies you? Haven't you done enough? And what did I do exactly? Don't you even start with me, you piece of shit. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Say, are you always this overbearing? Or just when it comes to me? That's rich coming from you. Did you f your little sister yet? No, but I f***ed yours.
The moment that just opens, there's...
My biggest tip for the character and cart selection process is just to try out a bunch of different character and cart combinations. Thanks to all the new mechanics and really different gameplay, there are a ton of new scenarios where the stats impact how you drive. So try a bunch of combinations and pick what works for you. Like if you find yourself in the off-road a lot, pick something with the off-road. Or if you find yourself front-running all the time, increase your top speed to get away from the pack by sacrificing some of your acceleration. My biggest tip for the character and...
This is Jeffrey, and this is Mario Kart World. Racists! It's time to check in. Just Wario? Sorry, racers! It's time to check in. Alright, who the fuck let you two in here? Goomba doesn't even have hands. Yeah, I'm totally lost out there. First off, there's 24 of them. They destroy everything around them, and the worst part of all, the pay is Sir, keep your claws on the steering wheel. You gotta be fucking kidding me. So you're telling me if I eat this food, I'll transform into a cool outfit? Yeah, right. Now this is hard. Now let me guess, you're a racer too, huh? Everyone who doesn't have hands, pull off to the side immediately! Oh god damn it! This is Jeffrey, and
this Hollow Knight speedrun is only 7 minutes long, but it has 2 of the craziest skips in the game. It's called Great Hopper %, and instead of finishing the game, the run ends when you kill one of these. The problem is that Great Hoppers are all the way in Kingdom's Edge, and we start the game all the way over here. The fastest way to get to them is to go through Blue Lake, then down through the City of Tears. And this is why you need those skips. The first one is called Itemless Blue Lake, and it gets you to the entrance of, well, Blue Lake. It turns out that even with starting equipment, it's possible to get up this wall with just a little help from our shade. You have to intentionally die, then lure your shade to just the right position to damage tank, parry it, damage tank it again, parry it again, then pogo it twice. It's nearly frame perfect and incredibly hard to pull off. Once you get up to Blue Lake, it's easy to just walk down to King's Station and continue into Kingdom's Edge. But once we get there, we find another problem, an even taller wall. This is where the second skip comes in, and it's another shade skip. Die intentionally or unintentionally here, then lure your shade to the right, pogo a background object, parry the shade, damage tank, and pogo twice. Easy, right? Once you're done, you can go fight your real enemy, the Great Hopper. Luckily, this is the easy part of the run. This Hollow Knight speedrun is only...
I'm really getting good at sniping people with bombs. Check it out. Blue shell. Come on, we need a blue shell. Oh, that is a snipe. I'm really getting good.
How many animatronics are destroyed in FNAF? Starting with FNAF 1, no animatronics are destroyed, but in FNAF 2, Toy Freddy, Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, Mangle, Balloon Boy, and Endo-2 are later dismembered by Fazbear Entertainment, as seen in FNAF 3. Speaking of FNAF 3, we see Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy all get dismembered by William Afton in a minigame. In FNAF 4, no animatronics are destroyed, but in Sister Location, all the fun times are scooped into Ennard. In FNAF 6, Scrap Baby, Molten Freddy, Lefty, aka the Puppet, and Scrap Trap are all burned in the fire. Help Wanted and UCN have no animatronic deaths, but in AR, 14 animatronics die, one being the bot from the beginning tutorial and the others being animatronics in Dark Circus Encore. In FNAF Security Breach, 43 staff bots, 10 NGT endoskeletons, and Glamor Bonnie are destroyed. In Ruin 34 caution bots, 4 staff bots, Monty, and Mini Music Man are destroyed. But yeah, that brings our total to a massive number of 115. How many?
Here are 3 more Hollow Knight tips that even the most experienced players probably don't know. Tip number 1 is that Fear of the Fallen can activate with more than 1 health. Usually the charm increases damage by 75% when on 1 mask. However, if you get a Lifeblood Cocoon while having the effect activated, it stays even with more than 1 health. This is extremely OP and can be very useful on first playthroughs. Tip number 2 is in Forgotten Crossroads you can do a shade skip to get to Blue Lake. However, everyone knows this, but what most people don't know is that you can do this without any items, and it goes like this. Finally, tip number 3 is that you can down dash when using Dash Master, and that's obvious. However, this actually works with Shade Dash as well, which is used in the Pale Court mod in a platforming section. But what most people actually don't know about this is that you can use this to do a downwards dash slash, which is extremely overpowered. Subscribe for more tips.
Uh-oh, where do you think you're going? Oh, so you're just gonna go get your homework then? From outside? Oh, that makes me really happy to hear, hun. You're just gonna enjoy nature. Well then, why don't we go get your homework from nature together? Okay, so you're sneaking out of the house to walk to a party? What are you, a loser? Let me call you an Uber. Uh-oh, where do you think
These are times when actors change the script. When Doctor Strange comes to bargain, there was originally supposed to be only one scene, but Benedict Cumberbatch perfectly executed every take, so they decided to keep it.
Dormammu! 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 Dormammu!
In Spider-Man No Way Home, when MJ wants to make sure Andrew really is a Spider-Man, she was supposed to throw a candlestick, but decided to go with bread instead, leaving him confused. Throughout the movies, Robert Downey was constantly bringing snacks on set and eating during takes, but Marvel went with it anyway.
Blueberry?
Tom Holland had trouble keeping secrets, so after spoiling unreleased movies several times, Marvel literally had to babysit him throughout every interview. During the battle, Thor introduces his new friend to Cap, but he suddenly went off script and inserted his own lines.
I am Groot!
I am Steve.
These are times when actors change the script.
Mario Kart World rewards players who have the greatest imaginations, because almost anything and everything is drivable. First, let's check out this Bowser's Castle shortcut. I started with a charge jump, then went into a wall ride, followed by a rail grind, into another wall ride, and I was able to bounce off the sign, getting extra height, nailing this expert shortcut without a mushroom. But that's not all. There are random objects on every track where you can take advantage of this tech. Let's look at Crown City. Once again, start with a charge jump, grind the railing, triple trick into the palm tree, wall ride again off the building, and trick one last time to ensure extra airtime clearing the off-road. But secret shortcuts aren't just bouncing off signs and palm trees. This last shortcut on Acorn Heights can help you break away because you don't even need a mushroom to do it once again. Just perform a trick off the vine and keep spamming left air tricks until you're riding the wall. At the last moment, jump off and hold left, and magically you'll land on top the leaf. And just like that, you skip the U-turn and enhance your lead.
On October 25th, 2007, a Roblox account called 1x1x1x1 first signed up to Roblox and would later falsely go on to become the most infamous hacker of Roblox history. Being first mentioned in an official catalog item called the Necrobloxicon, Roblox themselves said that 1x1 was a being of pure hatred from the 4th dimension that wanted to destroy Roblox completely. With this mysterious lore going around, people continuously reported sightings of 1x1 hacking Roblox games, but in 2010, 1x1 himself was ironically hacked and his name changed by someone called XSceneX, before getting terminated. On the same day, a new 1x1 account was created, but deleted immediately after. But when 2 months had gone by, the original 1x1 account actually returned, and Roblox games continued getting hacked with messages saying 1x1 is back, causing even more unrest in the community. In response to this, in 2011, an admin called Mr. Doombringer finally revealed that 1x1 was actually just an account created by Shedlesky for the purpose of lore and was not a real hacker. But at this point, so many real hackers have been impersonating 1x1 that this seemingly harmless piece of Roblox lore had turned into reality. On October 25th, 2007, a Roblox account called 1x1x1x1 first signed up to Roblox and would later falsely go on to become the most infamous hacker of Roblox history. Being first mentioned in an official catalog item called the Necrobloxicon, Roblox themselves said that 1x1 was a being of pure hatred from the 4th dimension that wanted to destroy Roblox completely. With this mysterious lore going around, people continuously reported sightings of 1x1 hacking Roblox games, but in 2010, 1x1 himself was ironically hacked and his name changed by someone called XSceneX, before getting terminated. On the same day, a new 1x1 account was created, but deleted immediately after. But when 2 months had gone by, the original 1x1 account actually returned, and Roblox games continued getting hacked with messages saying 1x1 is back, causing even more unrest in the community. In response to this, in 2011, an admin called Mr. Doombringer finally revealed that 1x1 was actually just an account created by Shedlesky for the purpose of lore and was not a real.
Open suitcase of patience.
If you've ever played Hollow Knight before, you might remember this guy. His name is Revik, a respectable guy whose only job is to protect the rest of the bugs that live here. But if you hit him with the Dream Nail, he will attack you relentlessly. Most people get their ass whooped by this guy once and never come back into the room. But there's actually a way you can defeat him. Whenever Revik lunges, there's a split second where you can parry with your nail, negating all damage from the attack. Use those small openings to Dream Nail each spirit in the glade, the ones he's desperately trying to protect, which is kinda fucking sad. If done so correctly, leaving and re-entering the room will reveal Revik defeated.
You're doing such a great job with this single-phase boss fight. My health bar is almost fully depleted and you're full out of potions. This was a close call, huh? Oh, that's it from me. I guess. Oh, no. Oh, second phase. I lied. And I shoot fire now, so that's fun.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he's dead.
He's dead!
Dude, he's just taking a nap. Relax.
Well, he needs to wake up right now, man. I gotta go poop.
Why don't you just poop inside like I do?
Because he's my best friend, okay? And he doesn't like it when I do that.
Okay. I have deliberately shit in his bed like 4 times this month.
What? Why would you do that?
Because it's hilarious.
Oh, hey, buddy, what's up?
Oh my god, you're awake. I'm so happy you're awake.
Ah, who's a good boy, huh?
I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. I love you so much, bro.
Can you see anything wrong with this Pokemon game?
You're reading that correctly. Pokemon Moon Black 2. I accidentally bought this fake game, and I got in trouble for it.
I've been hiding it in my other videos as a joke, and you guys caught on pretty fast, so I think I have some explaining to do. I was making a video where I purposely bought scam Pokemon games to see what was really on them when I found this. I thought it was just a bootleg that would brick my DS, but it's actually a functioning game. It's Gen 5 with a Alolan Pokemon slammed in there. The problem was how I got it, though. When I posted that video, the devs of Moon Black 2 actually saw it and reached out, but they were confused because they weren't the ones that made the physical version of this game and put it on eBay. So someone else did, and reading the notes on the back of the box say it was made in China, meaning someone miles away 3D printed this, downloaded the save off the internet, and sold it to me for $30. If you want to see all the scam games,
where is General Skywalker?
Anakin Skywalker is gone.
Well, we better get him then. He was supposed to be a genocide general. Have you seen him?
I killed him.
What?
No, like, metaphorically.
I don't care if you killed him metaphorically, categorically, historically. Either way, you'll pay for killing Anakin Skywalker.
I am Anakin, you dumbass. I did a name switch, okay? It's Darth Vader now. So from now on, I want you to refer to me.
Hello, and today, me and my friend are showcasing the Friendship Pot. Let's get right into it. So first, we had to link our pots together and place the pots in our gardens. After tending to each other's pots, it gave us a timer until we could do it again. I'll assume it's growing, and I'll show you guys once it's grown. Hello, and today, me and my friend are
in Hollow Knight, Void lore is frickin' weird. Major spoilers ahead. Think of the substance like magical, technically radioactive silly.
Mario Kart World has shortcuts beyond your wildest imagination, and since everything in this game is trickable, you could argue they're completely intended. First, check out this gigantic Bowser Castle Shroomless shortcut. After your initial trick, you can actually ride the side of the rock before the lava hits you, then perform as many right tricks as possible until you fix your alignment and reach the next platform. But DK Pass is where things really go off the rails. Start a charge trick and aim for the lamppost. This will get you on top of the fence for a wraparound corner where you trick off a wrench. Land on the wooden railing, then left trick onto the wall. Charge a Super Mini Turbo on the wall, then just start bouncing through the forest. Trick, 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 bunch of left tricks, drift through the snow, completely shroomless, and bam, shortcut. And last, you cannot believe even Moo Moo Meadows has cool shortcuts. Look at this charge jump, tree bouncing, rocket launch. How is this game?
Where's my ride?
Totally exposed.
You think that's funny, Pebbles?
Johnny.
What?
You gave us names? You don't think. What do you call that thing?
That's it. The thing.
Recently, I've been trying to get good at speedrunning Hollow Knight, and I was on pace for a personal best. However, when I just beat Umu, I knew that this would determine the whole run, QGA. So I sat on the bench, went through Fog Canyon, and I'd reached the acid. All I needed to do was perform QGA. Okay, that's fine. I had died. However, this was fine. If I could spawn back at the bench, come back and make QGA, it would still save time rather than going the Fungal Deepness route. I knew I had to make it this time and I had to not die. I was on one mask. Though I had made the skip, I was so happy and I could finally complete Queen's Gardens, get Hera, and then beat the game. I would be able to do this as an easy new PB. I had healed to 4 masks, however this happened. Okay, I did not see them there. Okay, nice. How did I take 2 damage there? This game is against me. What?! So I just had the craziest, funniest glitch happen to me in Hollow Knight. I was live on stream playing a challenge where if I took damage, I spun a wheel, and one of the options on the wheel was Pantheon 5. If I took damage on Pantheon 5, this didn't count. However, I was in Pantheon 5, and this happened. Whoa. Okay, so NKG is joining me in the hot spring room. NKG was somehow in the hot spring. I don't know what the hell this was. I had quite a lot of mods on, so there must have been a glitch happen. However, this wasn't the end of it, because later on in the Pantheon, when I got to White Defender, I saw this. What? Okay, Grim's back. Why are the Grim particles back? I'm so confused. It's a sign that Grim was here. It's all building up to Grim. There's Grim again. And as I kept going, I just saw more of these Grim particles. Whoa, did you see that? He was spitting out Grim stuff. What is this thing on my screen? Until eventually got to NKG and killed him. What the hell was this? So I just had the craziest...
Escaping North Korea is supposed to be nearly impossible, but in 2016, one man accidentally pulled it off after getting absolutely hammered. It all started one day after some heavy drinking when this dude in his 20s somehow ended up floating down a river, holding on to nothing but a piece of wood. Now this river that he was floating through while seemingly blackout drunk just so happened to go through the heavily guarded border of North and South Korea. Guards watch this area constantly and people risk their lives trying to get across, but this dude was so drunk and somehow got away without anyone noticing. Eventually he drifted onto an island controlled by South Korea, and when soldiers found him, he was still wasted in his underwear clutching onto that floating piece of wood. The crazy thing is that according to reports, he wasn't even trying to defect. He just got blasted and somehow floated into freedom. Escaping...
Solve this quantum equation.
I've solved it.
How could you possibly come up with a solution so quickly?
The answer is 42, is it not?
That is correct. How?
It's elementary, my dear companion. Anyone with knowledge